Cosmic. No. Can if you want. You're welcome. I sat next to Mike. Or not.
Which?
Six hours.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday, November 16th City Council meeting. We'll call the meeting to order and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation by Councilman Hester. To the flag of the United States of America, one nation, under God, and thank you, sir. We have no special presentations. I have a motion on the minutes. A motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilman Hester. Councilman Ledford. Councilwoman Hill. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
That is 7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move into ordinances final read 5A, please.
An ordinance to amend the operations budget, ordinance number 13710, known as the fiscal year 2021 through 2022 operations budget. Ordinance to amend section 6B so as to appropriate $38,640,506 from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021.
Councilwoman Burrs. Have a motion and a second. Seeing no other lights, roll call.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, we covered these planning items on final read earlier today. There were no additional questions, so we're going to take them together. Please read B through J.
Yes. Item B, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance so as to rezone property located at 1310 Hanover Street, located in the 200 to 300 block of Tremont Street from C5 Neighborhood Commercial Zone the UGC Urban General Commercial Zone, subject to certain conditions. Item C, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone property located at 5468 Hickson Pike from R2 residential zone to C2 convenience commercial zone for the front portion of the site fronting Hickson Pike. See map attached, and O1 office zone for the rear portion of the site along Old Hickson Pike. See attached map, subject to certain conditions. Item G, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to amend condition number 9 of ordinance number 13110, a previous case number 2016-0060, for properties located at 2415, 2423, and 2441 Elam Lane, and parts of 2440 Elam Lane, and parts of 2515, 2519, and 2527 Gun Barrel Road. Item E, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone properties located at 1213, 1215, and an unaddressed portion of East 13th Street, tax map number 146 PC 008 from R3 residential zone, the UGC Urban General Commercial Zone, subject to certain conditions. Item F, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone properties located at 1101 East Main Street and 1490 Top Street from M1 Manufacturing Zone to UGC Urban General Commercial Zone, subject to certain conditions. Item G, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone property located at 1502 East 14th Street from R1 residential zone to R4 special zone, subject to certain conditions. Item H, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone property located at 2517 East 16th Street from M2 Light Industrial Zone to C3 Central Business Zone, subject to certain conditions. Item I, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone property located at 1805, 1807, 1809, and 1811 South Lowry Street from R2 residential zone to C3 Central Business Zone, subject to certain conditions. And item J, an ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to rezone property located at 2500 East 19th Street from R2 residential zone to UGC Urban General Commercial Zone, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Ledford, followed by Councilwoman Burrs.
Move to approve, Chairman.
All right, thank you. I've got a motion and a second. No further lights. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilwoman Dudley, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
and 7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Item K, please.
You're saying item K?
Yes, ma'am.
I do not have that on my agenda. An ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance, so as to address exterior building material requirements.
Councilman Ledford, followed by Councilwoman Burrs. Thank you. Have a motion and a second. Seeing no further lights, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill, Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dudley, Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you. Takes us to ordinances first reading. 6A, please.
An ordinance amending Chattanooga City Code, Part 2, Chapter 12, Section 1250, to provide for a rate of pay for the city judge and benefits which is appropriate for duties as determined by the city council at the beginning of the next term of office on August 31st, 2022.
Councilwoman Coonrod.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to withdraw this ordinance to give us time to get additional questions answered or researched.
All right, so we have a motion to withdraw with a second. Seeing no further lights, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilwoman Dudley, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you. All right, Madam Clerk, let's move on to B, please.
An ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance so as to rezone properties located at 2997 Edgemond Forest Lane, 6420 Shalford Road, and a portion of 6418 Shalford Road from R1 residential zone to R3 residential zone, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilwoman Burrs.
Move to table indefinitely.
Very well. We have a motion to table indefinitely with a proper second. Seeing no further lights, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
All right, that item has been tabled. Madam Clerk, let's move to C, please.
An ordinance to amend Chattanooga City Code Part 2, Chapter 38 zoning ordinance so as to rezone properties located at 2101 and 2103 South Watkins Street from M1 manufacturing zone to UGC urban general commercial zone, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 20210162, is the applicant present? Is there any opposition present? Councilwoman Coonrod?
Thank you, Chair. After visiting the site, this location and speaking to Mr. Coleman, so we're just gonna move forward to approve the recommendations from planning and staff and keep it as a 3-story.
Very good. So just move to approve.
Yes.
Do I have a second? Got a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilman Hester. Councilman Ledford. Councilwoman Hill. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to resolutions 7A, please.
A resolution recognizing the name change of the Heritage House Arts and Civic Center, City of Chattanooga, to the Don Eves Heritage House Arts and Civic Center, City of Chattanooga, in honor of former City Council person Don Eves.
Councilman Ledford.
Mr. Chairman, I'm very proud to move to approve on this item. If it hadn't been for Councilman Don Eves, we wouldn't have a Heritage Park in District 4. And on November 30th, we will have a joint proclamation honoring him as well, and a ceremony following after that, where we will have officially naming the Heritage House in his honor. Thank you.
Fabulous. All right. Thank you very much for bringing this forward, Councilman. I have a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Please read B through H. If there's no objections, Madam Clerk. Oh, excuse me, just one moment. Councilwoman Dotley, did you have an objection? Okay. B through H, please, Madam Clerk.
All right. Item B.
Oh, wait, hang on. I got another light. Councilwoman Coonrod, sorry about that.
Thank you, Chair. Can we read the one about steam logistics separate?
Which one? I didn't
B.
hear you. Read
we
B
sep-
separate?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Madam Clerk, let's just go with B.
Yes. A resolution to make certain findings relating to the steam logistics project, to delegate certain authority to the Industrial Development Board of the City of Chattanooga, and to authorize the mayor to enter into and execute an agreement for payments in lieu of ad valorem taxes.
Councilwoman Dotley.
Move to approve.
All right, I've got a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilman Hester. Councilman Ledford. Councilwoman Hill. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
6 yeses.
Thank you. All right, now if there's no objection, let's go with C through H, please.
Item C, a resolution authorizing the interim administrator of economic development to enter into an artwork donation agreement and substantially the form attached with the River City Company to accept the Scramble artwork installation valued at $553,073 with leftover project contingency funds in the amount of $57,827.65 designated towards the Public Art Maintenance Fund. Item D, A resolution authorizing the interim administrator of economic development to enter into an artwork donation agreement and substantially the form attached with sound cores to accept the Mural Vibes residence valued at $14,100 with leftover project contingency funds in the amount of $2,350 designated towards the Public Art Maintenance Fund. Item E, a resolution authorizing the interim administrator of economic development to award up to $40,000 in whole program funds to Habitat for Humanity of Greater Chattanooga area to construct a house located at 219 Canary Circle for affordable home ownership, contingent upon the project being approved through the established application review process. Item F, a resolution authorizing the interim administrative economic development to amend the home project agreement previously approved by City Council, resolution number 30849, by increasing the award to the Chattanooga Community Housing Development Organization by $30,000 for a total award of $146,136 to construct a house at 198 North Willow Street for an income qualified household. Item G, a resolution authorizing the interim administrative economic development to amend the home project agreement previously approved by City Council resolution number 30851 by increasing the award to the Chattanooga Community Housing Development Organization by $24,000 for a total award of $151,086 to construct a house at 200 North Willow Street for an income qualified household. Item H, a resolution authorizing the mayor his designee to enter into a first agreement to exercise option to renew with Missionary Ridge Neighborhood Association, Inc., and substantially the form attached for the lease of 36 Sheridan Avenue, identified as tax parcel number 156EB001.01 for an additional term of 1 year through December 16, 2022, for the amount of $1 per year.
Thank you, ma'am. What's the pleasure of the council? Got a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's go with I and J, please.
A resolution confirming Mayor Kelly's appointment of Shushma Stantha to a 3-year term on the Library Board of Directors.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
J, please.
A resolution confirming Mayor Kelly's appointment of David Nordy to a 4-year term on the Board of Electrical Examiners.
What's pleasure? All right, motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilman Hester. Councilman Ledford. Councilwoman Hill. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you. K, please.
A resolution approving a special exceptions permit for an existing liquor store change in ownership located at 6401 Hickson Pike, Suite A.
Councilman Ledford.
Chairman, this being in your district, I would make motion to approve.
Thank you, sir. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. Vice Chairman Smith.
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you. And if there is no objection, let's take the Public Works items L through Q together, please.
Item L, a resolution authorizing the administrator for the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement with CTI Engineers, Inc. for professional design services for contract number R21001-101. Ross's Landing Water Cannon improvements for the contract amount of $121,777. Item M, a resolution authorizing the administrator of the Department of Public Works to approve change order number 4 final for J&J Contractors, Inc. of Chattanooga, Tennessee, relative to contract number Y150080201. The new Avondale YFD Center for an increased amount of $4,540 for revised contract amount of $5,973,728.25, and to release the remaining contingency amount $5,460. Item N, a resolution declaring surplus of a mini track hoe manufactured by IHI, model number 55N2, serial number WP 000964, and authorizing the sale of the unit and buckets in as-is condition to the Highway 58 Volunteer Fire Department, Inc. for training purposes in the amount of $5,000. Item O, a resolution to amend resolution number 30476 as adopted on September 8th, 2020, relative to the agreement for the closure, post-closure plan for the city landfill with the state of Tennessee Division of Solid Waste Management by deleting an amount not to exceed $1,546,300.95 and substituting in lieu thereof an amount not to exceed $1,494,464.73. Item P, a resolution to amend resolution number 30477 as adopted on September 8th, 2020, relative to the agreement for the closure, post-closure plan for the city landfill lateral expansion area 3 with the state of Tennessee Division of Solid Waste Management by deleting an amount not to exceed $8,028,128.88 and substituting in lieu thereof an amount not to exceed $8,128,535.16. Item Q, a resolution to amend resolution number 30478 as adopted on September 8th, 2020, relative to the agreement for the closure, post-closure plan for the Summit Sanitary Landfill with State of Tennessee Division of Waste Management by deleting an amount not to exceed $1,424,995.67 and substituting in lieu thereof an amount not to exceed $1,262,457.10.
All right, thank you, ma'am. What's the pleasure of the council? Got a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilwoman Dotley, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you, ma'am. Takes us to purchases. Mr. Goldberg. See if you can read all those as quick as our clerk can.
I'll try.
All right.
All right, we have 7 purchases tonight. The first one is the Parks Maintenance Division, Parks and Outdoors. New blanket contract for uniforms. This will be a 4-year contract not to exceed $25,000 per year. 2 bids were received and the award goes to Centus Corporation as the best bid, meeting specifications. Item 2 is also for the Parks Maintenance Division of Parks and Outdoors. First contract renewal for flags, flag poles, and associated hardware. Conserve Flag Company submitted a price increase of 15% at the time of renewal, recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $25,000. Item 3, Transportation Division of Public Works, first contract renewal for asphalt rejuvenation agent. Pavement Technology, Inc. submitted a price increase of 4% at the time of renewal, recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $211,500. Item 4 is the Head Start Division of Early Learning, purchase of the Creative Curriculum Expanded Daily Resources for 2-year-olds. This is a grant-funded sole source purchase from Teaching Strategies LLC with an amount of $31,365.84. Item 5, Information Technology, extension of previous sole source procurement covered by blanket PO 551090 for maintenance and support of the Latent Expert Workstation application software used by the Chattanooga Police Department in compliance with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. This is a 1-year extension, which is required for TBI compliance. TBI is expected to migrate to a new system within the next year. This is recommended for approval with an amount not to exceed $26,863. Item 6, Information Technology. This is a new blanket PO for CityWorks software used by Public Works for asset inventory and work orders. The term is 1 year with 4 1-year renewals. This is a sole source purchase from Azteca Systems LLC. This sole source purchase is required to maintain the current CityWorks system used by Public Works. Hamilton County previously held the contract and distributed a license to the city of Chattanooga, but they no longer use CityWorks. Therefore, we have to open our own contract. The Contract is recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $75,000. And lastly, Head Start Division, first contract renewal with Institutional Ware Wholesale Company, Inc. for food items and cleaning products. Institutional Wholesale submitted price increase of 5% for certain line items, recommended for approval with an annual amount not to exceed $157,500.
Great. Thank you, Brent. What's the pleasure of the council? Got a motion and a second? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Ledford, Councilman Hester, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilwoman Dotley, Councilwoman Coonrod, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
7 yeses.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll move down to committee reports. Councilwoman Hill. Councilman Ledford. Councilman Hester. Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Burrs. Councilwoman Dotley. Councilwoman Coonrod. All right. Thank you. Takes us down to other business. Madam Attorney, I believe we have 2 items to cover.
The first is an announcement that a certificate of background investigation and zoning has been completed for a certificate of compliance. Hickson Wine and Spirits, Inc., doing business as Hickson Liquor, located at 6401 Hickson Pike, and I will distribute the certificate for signatures.
Thank you.
The second is an approval for an IOD settlement that we discussed in our attorney-client last week, and I wanted to make sure that that amount was correct before we have it approved. That was in the case of Brian Mosley, and the injury settlement was $55,407.18.
Great. And I need a motion to approve in a second on that item. All right, I have a motion and a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Coonrod, Councilwoman Dotley, Councilwoman Burrs, Councilman Hester, Councilman Ledford, Councilwoman Hill, Vice Chairman Smith,
Yes.
7 yeses.
All right, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. All right, that takes us to a point in our agenda of recognition of persons wishing to address the council. Is there anybody here this evening that wishes to address the council? Yes, I see hands. Madam Attorney, would you please read the rules? If you'd like, please come on up to the mic.
If you'd like to address the council, please come line up behind the podium and wait to be recognized by the vice chairman. You may address the council upon matters within the legislative and quasi judicial authority of the council, and we will limit your time to 3 minutes unless there's additional permission provided.
Good evening, ma'am. Should you just give us your name?
My name is Tiffany Rankins. I'm from Lincoln Park. I see that my councilman is not available. That's why I came down to address this evening. But I go ahead and say what I'm here for and come back again when he is here. I'm understanding that we have a few Airbnbs in our communities. However, the neighborhood association that is formed in that community was never notified, or we were never notified by a council person. I did see a few weeks ago where you guys asked, have the neighborhood been notified? And everyone said yes. I'm just wondering, how in the world is this Airbnb getting pushed through and they haven't spoken with the community?
Ma'am, we can definitely find that out for you. Joda, can you point Ms. Rankin in the right direction as far as what process was followed and who was contacted? Because we have run into a situation where an HOA may have not been on record in their office, or the person didn't respond when they were reached out to. Can we just get that confirming information from Ms. Rankin? Thank
Okay.
you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm the president of Lincoln Park.
Good afternoon.
Hughley, and I'm kind of upset about what just happened to us, about the Airbnb being pushed in our community without being asked or notify. I was wondering, who does this? Who gives the okay that it's okay? Since I was the president, I didn't give okay. The last time we all had a meeting, the ECI, it was supposed to be brought to the community committee or somebody, but we didn't know anything until our neighbor told us that his houses are being Airbnb. So therefore, what is our councilman doing? And better yet, who is our councilman? I'd like to know who he is. Please stand forward or step up.
Yeah, ma'am, I
Is
think
he
you know
okay?
Councilman Byrd is your representative. I will tell you the same thing I told Ms. Rankin. We can definitely get that information, but there is a process when people, when they apply for an Airbnb, it goes through a vetting process through the city before we even see it up here on council and vote to approve or not approve. And so I did want to confirm that it did go through the right process and that they've got the right contact information.
Let me ask you this. Are there rules that the council go by? Is there a charter or something they
For,
go by? Are
for,
you the chairperson?
I am this evening.
Oh, well, is it more than one chairperson?
No, but I am filling in.
Okay. I'd like to talk to the chairperson.
I'll be happy to talk to you after this meeting.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Is there anybody else that wishes to address the council this evening? We are adjourned.